Good morning, and let me tell you about a nonprofit here in Bartlett, Little Angel Service Dogs, providing an essential service for people who need service dogs. With us this morning, live via Zoom, Josh, Drew, and of course everyone. Josh, it's good to see you, but there it is. Everybody wants to know about Nellie. So just tell us about Nellie, because everybody wants to know.
Sure. So Nellie is our ambassador dog for the company. She has been fully trained up to be a service dog, but her personality was so awesome that we kept her for our community programs, and she's the only service dog that can be pet wherever you see her.
Excellent. Well, let's get to that. I mean, you need money to do what you do, and it's time now for your annual campaign. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Sure. So our annual campaign is called Keep Your Eye on the Ball, and the whole premise is, the old adage of strength in numbers. So we are trying to show that with many people donating a very small amount of money, it really changes the course of what we can do as an organization. So we are asking for everyone to help us keep our eye on the ball by donating the cost of one tennis ball, $2.25, and just showing how that adds up over time. It's a lot easier to find, 1,000 people willing to donate $2 as opposed to one person willing to donate $1,000.
And speaking of finding, let's start with, how do you find your dogs?
So most of our dogs are actually bred by us. We feel it's very, very important that our clients get the highest quality dogs. So we do all the breeding to ensure the lines are good, the health are good, they're being bred responsibly, and we know that the temperament's going to be very much like this girl.
And how do you find the people who need your dogs?
That's not hard. They find us. We are getting on average 4,000 applications a year for our service dogs.
Wow, that is a lot. And also you have another you have an event coming up this summer, I believe.
Yeah, so this summer we have an event coming up on July 23rd. It's called Barks, Bags, and Brews, and it is a fundraiser that involves a cornhole tournament, a beer garden, multiple food trucks, and lots of entertainment as well.
Nice. So can you tell us how you train the dogs?
Yeah, so every dog takes 2 full years to train, and it's a really long process that starts on about day 3 of their life. As soon as they're born, we start with stimuli training. At 8 weeks old, almost all of them go right into a prison where they live with an inmate in a cell, and they get trained for about a year. And then they come out, they live with foster families for 6 months, getting exposure in the public. And they spend their last 6 months with us, where we're kind of tuning them up for one specific person and their exact disability.
And how do you get the person ready who's going to accept this service dog?
So our clients have to come to us for 2 full weeks. We spend about 3 hours a day for 14 days in a private lesson. And we spend 1 week in a classroom just learning how to work with the dogs. And we spend another week in a new place every day in public so they can learn how to use them.
And what are some of the things that service dogs are used for?
So we train for 6 key areas, but under those areas, we really can help just hundreds of disabilities. It's kind of easier to say the only thing we don't train for is seeing eye or for the blind. So we help. Our key areas are mobility assistance, seizure alert, diabetic alert, hearing alert, autism assistance, and we also do psychiatric and PTSD service dogs for both vets and civilians.
And of course, when people are out and about and they see someone with a service dog, the first thing they want to do is go over and pet the dog. So what's the etiquette that people should do when seeing a service dog and the person who uses them?
So in general, you should assume that the service dog probably can't be pet. Unfortunately, service dogs have such important jobs, like our seizure alert service dogs, for example. They're actively being trained to let someone know 10 minutes before a seizure happens, so that person can get to a safe place. And so if these dogs are being pet and distracted in public, it takes their nose off of that job. So in general, you should assume you probably can't pet a service dog, but if that urge is really there, the best thing you can do is just go up to the person, tell them they have a gorgeous service dog, and ask them if by chance is that dog allowed to be pet.
Nice. Now, you talked about the cornhole tournament you're having in July, and of course your annual campaign. But I would imagine that you can take donations all the time. You welcome donations all the time via your website.
Yeah, we absolutely do. Our website is littleangelsservicedogs.org. You can find all the information you could ever want to know about service dogs on there. And we, of course, have a nice bright button on there that would let all of our generous donors give to us very easily.
And you have locations both in Bartlett and in San Diego. Those are sort of two communities you don't necessarily link together. So how did that happen?
So the company was started out in California, and Little Angel Service Dogs was actually the only company in the country that would help my brother when he needed a service dog. He was a child, which is a hard thing to find. He needed a psychiatric service dog and obviously hasn't been to war. And he needed a dog that could help with both mobility and psychiatric at the same time. So when I went to Little Angels to help him get his dog, I fell in love. I joined the company, and when they needed to expand, I said only if I can come back here to the Valley.
Oh, well, good for you. It worked out well. So once again, the website is, please?
littleangelservicedogs.org.
Well, again, Josh, thank you very much for taking your time this morning. And, of course, Nellie, thank you for letting Josh talk with us. Okay. All right.
She's already sleeping.
All right. Take care, Josh. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Okay, there you go. So always good checking in with some of the companies that help out. And don't forget to go and make your donation. And once you go make your donation right now, well, we take a break and come back with Alpine ski conditions.